Okay, so in order to do long division, there's 3 steps. The first step is to divide the first terms, which is going to be x cubed divided by x. That gives you x squared. You put that on the top. Second step is to multiply that. We're going to multiply that by x plus 5. And that gives us x cubed plus 5x squared. You slide that over and do a change. So this becomes negative, and so does that positive 5x squared. And then you repeat. So this first term cancels out. So you're left with negative 3x squared. Bring down negative 13x. So that's negative 3x squared divided by x, which is negative 3x. You put that on the top. And then you multiply negative 3x times x plus 5. And you get negative 3x squared minus 15x. You slide that over. But you have to do a change. So this becomes a positive and this becomes a positive. And then you have 2x. Bring down the last one. And do that one more time. 2x divided by x is 2. You put that 2 on the top. Then you take that 2 and multiply that by x plus 5. And that gives you 2x plus 10. You slide that over. Do a change. And you end with 0. So I know I did that right. So to find my solutions, I need to factor this down. So I need 2 numbers that multiply to be 2 and add to negative 3. So that would be negative 1 and negative 2. And then I also have the factor that they gave me at the beginning, which is x plus 5. When you set all 3 of these equal to 0, your solutions are 1, 2, and negative 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at a second way, which is synthetic division. So in your Agile Mind book, go to page 273. So for long division, which is what we did in our Bell work, we are going to divide using the factor. But for synthetic division, we use the root or the solution. Let's say, remember that there's many different words that mean root. You could say solution, you could say answer, you could say zeros, you could call it an x-intercept. So we're going to do synthetic division. Okay, so for synthetic division, we're only going to use the coefficient. So we're not setting it up and doing long division. So the first thing I'm going to do is set the factor that they gave me equal to 0. So if x minus 1 equals 0, then my solution is 1. And now I'm going to use the coefficients of the polynomial, only the coefficients. So that's the number. So there will be a 1, a -1. So I have 1, -1, -25, and +25. Put this root that we got on the outside. You drop down the first number. You don't do anything with that first number. Multiply 1 times 1, put that under the next, and add. And you get 0. 1 times 0 is 0. Add, you get -25. 1 times -25 is -25. You add, and you get 0. This last number should always be 0, just like with long division. So these three numbers are your A, B, C. So you have 1x squared plus 0x minus 25, which is the same as 1x squared minus 25. That's the difference of two squares, so that would factor down to x minus 5 and x plus 5. So your three solutions would be 1, which is what we got from the factor. And when I set both of these equal to 0, my second two answers are 5 and -5. So we'll do a couple more. So for example 2, they already gave us the root, so we don't need to set it equal to 0. So when I make my bracket, I have -3 on the outside, and then I'm only listing the numbers. So that would be a 2, a 5, a -9, and a -18. Bring down the first number, multiply 2 times -3. You add, you get -1. Multiply -3 times -1, you get a +3. Add, you get -6. Multiply -6 times -3, that's a +18. And again, I end with 0. And I can be sure I got that right because I ended with a 0. So remember, these are A, B, and C. So that's 2x squared minus 1x minus 6. So we're going to factor that down. The 2x squared goes here, and the -6 will go here. So I need two numbers that would multiply to be 2 times -6, but add to be b. So multiplies and add. That would be -4 and +3. Go ahead and find your GCFs. When you set both of these equal to 0, you subtract 3 and divide by 2. So -3/2. And my second answer is +2. So my three solutions are the one that they gave me, which is -3, and then -3/2 and +2. Okay, let's do one more. So for this one, they gave us a factor. They didn't give us the root, so we have to set that equal to 0. And then we have 2, 3, -50, -75. So when you do synthetic, you just bring down the first number. You never multiply the first number, but then you start to multiply. So I'm going to take 2 times -5, put that under the 3. Then I'm adding, and I get -7. -7 times -35 is +35. Then I'm adding, and I get -15. -15 times -5 is +75, which again gives me my 0. So this is my A, B, and C. So it's 2x squared minus 7x minus 15. So I'm going to make my box. 2x squared will go here, and -15 goes here. So I need two numbers that multiplies to be 2 times -15, which is -30. And then adds to -7. So the numbers would be -10 and +3. So we have our -10x and our +3x. Go ahead and factor out. So my factors are 2x plus 3 and x minus 5, which when you solve, you get -3/2 and +5. So my first solution is what I solved for, and that was -5. And then my second two solutions are -3/2 and +5. And that is how you do synthetic division. So keep in mind that the next test is our final. You should be able to finish homework 4. The deadline to retake any test is next Friday, December 10th, and the final exam schedule is below.